Before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is a great way to buy Rocket League items and credits on any platform at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. Make sure to go and check out their website using the top link in the description and use code TXC to get yourself 3% off your order. In this series, I'm going to be trading up to the exotic Black Tunica wheels, currently worth 23,000 credits, and I'm going to be starting off with 100 credits. As well as making profit for myself, I'm going to be giving away secret tips and tricks so you can make thousands in credits for yourself. Remember to drop a like and subscribe if this video helps you, and let's get straight into the episode. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going to be starting off with just 100 credits, and one of the best ways to start off a series like this is going to be buying and selling non-crate items. They have such a high demand and can typically sell for around 20 or 30 credits across all platforms, but right now on Xbox, they are selling for around 30 credits. So in this trade, I'm paying 10 credits for a non-crate import, and I'll be going on to sell that for 30 credits. That is 20 credits profit, and throughout this entire series, I'm going to be using a number of different apps and websites to sell my items. This includes RL Garage, RL Trading Post, the official Rocket League Discord server, and also the Xbox Looking for Groups section. This just opens me up to a bunch of different communities so that I can sell my items as quickly as possible and also possibly underpay for more items, which will lead to more profit. I'm able to pick up an anodized pearl for just 90 credits, and it has a spreadsheet value on Xbox of 150 credits to 250, so I should be able to sell this for around 200 credits. I'm going to be looking to get the most out of every single item just because my inventory is very small right now, so any amount of credits will drastically help me out. Now, the way I'm actually making profit here is I'm listing up posts on every app and website that I mentioned earlier, and I'm just saying have 100 credits want offers. A lot of people are desperate for credits, so a lot of the time they are going to overpay with items that maybe they can't be bothered to find their minimum value for, so I can take advantage of this and pick up the items for really cheap, such as this anodized pearl, which I bought for just 90 credits and I'm selling on for 250 credits. Now, I did get quite lucky here because it is usually quite hard to find even 200 credits for this item, but somebody offered me 250, which obviously I'm not going to turn down. The more credits, the better. I'm making more profit and progressing a little bit quicker towards my item, which is obviously 23,000 credits. I have got a very long way to go, but even these small trades are really helping me out, and as I mentioned, the more I can get for each item, the quicker I will get the Black Tunica and the quicker I can finish this series. So I'm also picking up another anodized for just 50 credits, and I should be able to go on to sell that for anywhere between 100 and 150 credits, as that is the spreadsheet value for this item. Now, my inventory is already over 300 credits value, and I'm going to be picking up the first black market of the series. Now, recently, cheap black markets have actually been pretty easy to sell, although some people still struggle as they don't know the right ways to sell their items, such as maybe listing up on RL Garage or RL Trading Post. They only list it up on one place, meaning they get barely any offers and they're just not able to sell their item. But I can pick up a black market for really cheap, list it on all of these different places, and I'll get an offer pretty quickly and make myself a decent amount of profit. Again, I'm going to be picking up another non-crate item. This time it's going to be a non-crate exotic, which can typically sell for around 100 to 120 credits on Xbox. I'm picking it up for just 70, so I should be able to get 50 credits profit. Now, it did take a while, but I eventually managed to get 130 credits for the anodized. I was looking for around 150 credits. Again, going back to what I mentioned earlier about trying to get the most out of every single item, as my inventory is pretty small, so everything will add up. But in the end, 130 credits is still pretty decent, and it's 30 credits more than I usually might have gone for. Again, I'm going to be picking up another item since I have some credits left in my inventory, and it is going to be a Stormwatch, which right now, the spreadsheet value is 300 credits minimum value. This item also doesn't have the greatest demand, so I'm just going to be looking for that minimum value. Okay, I'm sorry for pausing the video, but just before we get into the next trade, I'd like to talk to you about the insane giveaways that are going on in my Discord server. Firstly, every 1,000 subscribers, a White Octane will be given away, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. As soon as we hit 25k, a White Octane giveaway will start in that very Discord server, and all you have to do is join the server using the link in the description down below. I apologize for interrupting the video, and let's get back to the trades. This item also doesn't have the greatest demand, so I'm just going to be looking for that minimum value, because the more credits you look for an item, the harder it is going to be to sell, and people aren't really willing to pay more credits if they don't have to. Now, I actually took a little bit of a shot in the dark with this trade, because I know I said earlier that non-crate exotics only go for around 100 or 120 credits, but this was a non-crate Zomba, and Zomba have a decent demand to them, so I thought I'd look for a little bit more. It was fine if I wasn't able to find it, but I was able to find maybe an extra 30-40 credits than I usually would have got, which obviously adds up to the inventory and is a massive help, especially at this point in the series. Now, this is probably the best trade so far in the episode and the series as a whole, because I'm trading both of my black markets, which were relatively hard to sell, for a Fennec, which roughly sells for 400 credits right now, and also 100 credits. You have to keep in mind that he was basically overpaying and also giving me less items, which are easier to sell, so that trade was a win-win for me. I literally could not have lost out whatsoever, and all I have to do is sell that Fennec on for roughly the middle value, since it has a really high demand. Loads of people are looking for it. I was able to sell it on for 500 credits pure, which is really, really good. I think that was actually the maximum value at the time, and now I have loads of credits and I can go and buy a ton of items. And at this point, items were pretty hard to sell, so loads of people were quick selling their items, meaning I have a massive opportunity here to make a ton of profit. I'm going to be targeting high demand items such as this Dueling Dragons right here, because it means loads of people are searching for these items, and whenever I buy one, it will be very, very easy to sell on. It was a very simple 100 credits underpay for that Dueling Dragons, and loads of people are looking for it, so that means I can sell it on for the minimum value pretty much instantly and get myself 100 credits profit just like that. When listing my post, I asked for 600 credits or an item overpay, and here I was able to get 2 Fennecs. Both of them are certified, and one of them is certified with the Tactician certification. Now, this is one of the best certifications in the game, so I might actually be able to get a little bit more credits for this one item, and even though he was overpaying by around 100 credits in terms of spreadsheet value, I might be able to turn that into even more profit using that certification. Now, when listing this item, I asked for 550 credits, I believe, or an item overpay, and here I was able to get a ton of black markets. Most of them are valued at 150 credits minimum value, whilst the Electroshock is actually 200 credits minimum value. So Biomass, Magma, and Voxel add up to 450 at minimum. The Electroshock adds 200 credits, and then the non-crate import adds another 30. So this totals up to 680 credits, which was quite a lot more than I was looking for the Fennec, so this is a very good amount of profit. One thing about this series is that I want to experiment with items that I haven't got much experience with, and one of these items is definitely the Phoenix Cannon Black Market. It's relatively new to the game, but I believe it is very hard to sell, so I'm getting a decent overpay here. It's around 600 credits in value. I'm paying around 300 credits in value, so whilst I am getting a really good overpay, it might take ages to sell, but this is a risk I'm willing to take if it means I'm getting a good amount of profit. This is a very standard trade. I'm selling my non-crate import on for 40 credits. Usually I'd only get 30 credits though, so still is 10 credits more than I usually get. So that is obviously going to help out, even though it is a very, very small amount of credits. I also managed to sell on my Voxel for 150. I'm slowly getting rid of everything in the inventory, building up some more credits, and when I get most of my items or all of my items sold, I'm going to go back to buying items. But for now, I can just clear everything out. I'm not in a rush to get this series done, and I can just sell on all of my items. I also managed to get rid of the Biomass again for 150 credits, just selling all of my cheap black markets for their minimum value, because even though earlier I did say they're not as hard to sell as they used to be, they still don't have a great demand to them, and most of the items in this series I am going to be selling on for their minimum value unless they have an extremely high demand, such as Octanes and Fennecs, which loads of people are looking for. But on the topic of Octanes, I managed to pick up a Cobalt Octane for just 400 credits. This is 100 credits below the minimum value, but due to the insanely high demand of this item, I'm going to be trying to sell it for 550, which is the middle value. As I mentioned, I'm not really going to be doing this with many other items, but it is definitely worth it for Octanes because people buy it for that price. And as you can see, I am selling on the Cobalt Octane for 550 credits. It only took about 10 minutes, and that is 150 credits profit. profit. The inventory is looking so good. It's literally episode 1 and we already have almost 2,000 credits of inventory value, which is actually insane. Now I get another really good trade here. The purple Fennec is valued at 500 minimum value, but there's barely any on the market. I really struggled to buy it when I was finishing my Nothing to Fennec set series, so I'm actually trying to get a little bit more for this item, selling it on for the maximum value of 600 credits. The Black Halo, which I also just bought, is valued at 700 minimum value, so when I was buying both the Fennec and the Halo together, they added up to 1.2k. I paid 1k, and also I sell the purple Fennec on for the maximum value, so in total I should be getting roughly 300 credits profit from both of those items. And sometimes when I can't sell my items but I've got some credits, I always just go back to buying items so that I'm always making progress and I'm not just stuck trying to sell both my Phoenix Cannon and the Black Halo, which realistically are not the easiest items to sell in the game. But yeah, I'm paying just 400 credits. I should be able to sell it for 550 just like the last one and make yet another 150 credits profit. But that is going to bring us to the end of the first episode of the series. We've made well over 2,000 credits profit in the first episode alone, and it's only going to get better from here on out. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you so much for your support on the first episode. The rest of the series is going to be insane, but thank you for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Me.